I was hesitant to have It's Okay to Say No X-rated sessions for obvious reasons. If it's not obvious, then here's the main one. Pervs are the main reason. I didn't want perverts to think this was phone sex or some kind of erotic session, even though it's dealing with adult sexual issues in an explicit way. I don't want people to think this is some way to sneak in a sex line. It's really about setting and reinforcing sexual boundaries. Here's the experience that changed my mind and made it okay to have these sessions. When I was in college, I used to visit a friend of mine during the breaks. She went to a different school and had an off-campus apartment. Some of my breaks were different than hers, so we got to hang out. She was a nice, hardworking girl, but had self-esteem issues, although she accomplished a lot. A guy picked up on this and took advantage of her. He would come over to her apartment whenever he felt like it and try to have sex with her. She didn't want to have sex with him, but he always got his way. I could tell it bothered her, but didn't know how to respond since she wasn't really considering it rape and wasn't going to report him. It was kind of rape even though he didn't use force, or at least some kind of sexual harassment or something. Anyway, I couldn't help her much because we went to different schools. If I went to her school, I would have scared him off like I usually do when guys who my friends aren't interested in bother them. I could have scared him off, but was worried how he would respond to her when I wasn't there. I wouldn't be there to protect or back her up. I didn't know how to help her. The main problem was that she was too nice and he took advantage of that. She didn't know how to say no, or she didn't know how to reinforce her no when he pushed the boundaries. I thought about relationships where one person was allowing a sexual act to please a partner, but didn't want to do it anymore. I thought about marriages where sex is part of the obligation, but a female or a male felt as if she lost control of her body and was required to have sex even though she didn't want it. I think that people need help setting and reinforcing those sexual boundaries. These Okay to Say No X-rated sessions would help people set those boundaries. Okay to Say No PG-13 has exercises that address sexual advances and encounters that occur in public. X-rated addresses sexual advances and encounters that occur in private. It is more explicit for the main purpose of stating boundaries prior to, during, and after a sexual encounter. It is meant to prevent unwanted sex or unwanted sexual encounters within and without a relationship, whether or not you know the person. It doesn't deal with rape, but it could help a person who was raped practice setting and reinforcing sexual boundaries. I am not a licensed medical or mental health professional, so anyone who was raped should seek professional help first and during these sessions to help medical and psychological issues that need to be addressed. There are those who only need to practice saying no to a partner when she or he wants sex or certain sexual acts that are not wanted at the time for whatever reason. Maybe it's because you're tired or not in the mood. Whatever the reason, you should feel comfortable saying and reinforcing your no. That is my main reason for making these sessions available. It could help a lot of people address these issues that often go ignored but have such a big impact on their lives. These sessions will help those who assist people who are at risk for sexual abuse or have been sexually abused. As long as there is access to a licensed medical or mental health professional, these sessions could supplement therapy and could be conducted in groups. Colleges can also benefit from these sessions. It could be a RA activity or sponsored by the college's counseling services. All that is needed is a room with ample space for the participants to move around and a flat screen that is connected to the internet to allow for remote sessions. So it can be done at any college, anywhere. Whether it is an individual or a group, these sessions can help you go from saying no in your head to a more confident no out loud to someone when necessary.